It's quite easy to become wealthy if you're already making a lot of money. However, some of us on low income can also become wealthy if we apply this simple trick to our finances. Yes, I know sometimes we don't even earn enough to cover all our bills, so it's crazy to even talk about becoming wealthy. But don't worry, we are going to get right into it, and by the end of this video, I know you're going to change your finances for the better. My name is Alfred. If you're new here, kindly subscribe to this channel. If you're a full-time or part-time worker, at least you know how much you averagely make every single month, right? You have an idea. Now, with this idea, you'll be able to tell that in each given month, you make, let's say, maybe 2,000, 3,000, or 4,000, right? Now, with that information, you'll also be able to tell how much you need to spend on your rent, your food, your transportation, logistics, and every other expense that you have, right? You have all of this information. Also, you know the things that you desire the most, things that you wish to acquire in future. You have idea of all of these things. Now, with all of this information, you need to put it together and create a system around it so you'll be able to, consider your spending and then your savings and investment so you'll be able to reach all of these goals. Now, all of this together is what gives us a budget, all right? So you have this personal budget that covers all your expenses, how much comes in every single month, and then how much you're able to save for your future. It sounds easy to come up with a budget, but when you start working around it, you realize that it's a bit tedious, and sometimes if you don't take care, you'll miss out some details. And because of this, I've put together this template that you'll be able to, just go in there, put in your figures, and you'll be able to come up with your own budget. This is also available to you to edit to suit whatever, budget you want to come up with. All you have to do is to check the description of this video to access this free template. We are currently in June, so I'm just going to select that. Okay, now at the first section here, you see monthly income, and we have the various paychecks here. So if you have multiple jobs or you do multiple stuff that you generate, different income, you can put them in here. But then we're just going to go with the first one. So let's just say that you're earning 4,000. All right. So just like that, your total monthly income has been updated to 4,000. So if, let's say, you earn any other income and that is like, let's say, 1,000, you can input that as well, and now you have 5,000. All right. Now let's go to the second part, which is bills. Over here we have transport, phone bill if you pay for airtime, water, electricity, rent, internet, and other. Anything that you have in here, right? Let's say transport, you spend about 500. Phone bill, you've got 100. Water, 200. Electricity, 200. Your rent is about 1,500. Internet, about 300. That takes us to about 2,800 for bills. The third section is living expenses, and over here you can input your groceries, your dine out, subscriptions like Apple Music, Netflix, and all of that, right? If you don't spend on any of these things, you can take it out. You can put in whatever you spend on, right? So let's say groceries, we spend 500, dine out 200, and then subscriptions, I've got about 350, right? That takes us to about 1,050, right? Now we have other expenses. That's the fourth section. So there's other expenses. So maybe you got sick, you went to the hospital, or you have a routine checkup that you do every single month. Maybe you have health insurance that you need to pay for. Whatever expense that you cover within other expenses, you can put it here as well, right? And that's going to give you a total. So let's just put hospital bill, let's say 400. Now, over here in the blue section, it says this is the amount you have left before savings and investment. Let me take this out. Okay, right. Okay, now you have 750. That's how much you have left after your bills and your living expenses and your other expenses, right? Now, if you look at the savings and investment section, you realize that the emergency fund next 5 to 10 years, next 15 to 20 years has already been computed. There is 187.5, and then there is 375, and then there is 187.5. that sums up to 750, which is equal to how much you have left. Now the question is, how are we computing this? So we have about 25% of how much is left here as your emergency fund, right? And then we have, about 50% of that going into your next 5 to 10 years. So if there's something you are saving towards in your next 5 to 10 years, this is going towards that. And then we have next 15 to 20 years, which is your retirement. And that side, we have 187.5, which is about 25% as well. Now you can edit this information. It's not static. So if you want to edit this, you can double click in here and you see the formula. Over here you see 25. You can change that to 20 or anything, and it's going to change the amount that you have here. For example, if we change this to 20%, right, you realize that it will reduce to 150. Now the total is 712.5, which means we've got some bit left, so we can go into our next 15 to 20 years and then increase that to 30%, right? And then now we are back to 750. So if you want to change the percentage, you can just double click and then you edit the percentage in here, inside the function. You can edit the percentage in there, right? As you can see, this is a very simple monthly budget that is going to help you break down how much you are receiving and then how much you are spending every single month. And it's also going to help you compute how much you need to invest and then also save. This is quite simple, and I believe if you use this, you'll be able to improve on your finance. Once again, subscribe to this channel if you're new here, and also give this video a thumbs up. If you've got any question, you can put it down in the comment section below. My name is Alfred, and I'll see you in another video. I'm out.